So look, while we still got like 14 minutes, I just, for my own good, for your good, and for the good of our listeners, I want to dig real quick into the CDC guidelines. Um, okay, so I did listen to like 5 minutes of CNN this morning, and they were saying that the airlines are mad because the CDC still recommends not traveling, right?
Sure.
Okay, so I'm gonna freeze it right there for a second, and I'm gonna let it be known that the reason for asking people not to travel right now is really effing serious, man. I'm gonna lean back for a second on it because the answer is variance. G. First of all, I want to know, why is it okay to call it the Brazilian variant, but we can't call it the China virus? Not that I ever wanted to call it the China virus, but someday if I just wanted to be like, goddamn China virus, they're like, whoa, but you can just call it the Brazil virus with no the Brazil variants. Anyway, so here's the thing. Right now, 15% of the population has gotten both vaccines. 10% of the population has gotten one of the two shots. I mean, not both vaccines, right? Okay. But there's variants going all the way around, right? And the lady on CNN this morning has said, just because you have the vaccine doesn't mean you're not carrying, right? You could still be carrying the COVID virus on you, any one of the variants, right? Now, if we start traveling right now, especially in these freaking maskless cities, right? Maskless states, one of these 17 states where the mask requirements have been completely dropped, right? Where they're having burn parties, throwing their masks in the thing because they're so anxious just to start coughing in each other's goddamn faces, right? So now we got everybody traveling around, commingling these different things, right? And each time a virus survives another day, it gets stronger. Every time a virus has been exposed to something that almost killed it, right? Like while we're competing to get a vaccine against a virus is kind of competing to vaccinate itself against us, right?
Yep.
Like the basic life instinct is not unique to just humans, right? So we're in this effing battle. And while the virus is mutating and creating all kinds of different versions of itself to outsmart the humans, which it's clearly doing at this point, everybody's helping it. They're helping. It's like, whose side are you on? Are you on the human side or the virus side? Because you don't seem like a team player right now. You seem like you're trying to. And look, here's the thing: is everybody going to die from it? Like, let's say that everybody on the planet catches the coronavirus, right? And we just learn to live with it, right? And we just get waves of the coronavirus, and we build up certain antibodies to it, and it builds up certain antibodies to it, and then every year we got to work on a new mutation vaccine like the flu. Right? It's a hustle, bro. I'm not saying that it's a purposeful hustle. I'm not saying it's an intentional hustle, but it's still a hustle. The moment that something becomes an industrial complex, it's a hustle. Okay, so knowing that, man, we're opening these mandates. We're literally just playing into the hands of our enemy, right? We're playing a game of chess against goddamn coronavirus, against COVID-19, right? Coronavirus, I'm not dumb. I'm not a scientist and I'm not going to argue with people, but I'm not a stupid person, right? Or I might play one on Facebook because it's easier just to defer to the pomposity and bombacity of the superior intellects. But over here, we don't fucking overvalue that shit, right? We believe in the fucking 10-inch rule. If you got a 3-inch dick, you write 7 inches worth of copy. If you got a 9-inch dick, you write 1 inch worth of copy, right? So, whose team are they on?
Yep. Wow. This is ridiculous to me. I see this as us fumbling on the 1 yard line. Going back and opening everything up right now really makes what we did this last year, what we went through, for nothing. And that to me blows my mind. All right. We don't want to pull a sports reference. We don't want to pull a Deshaun Jackson, drop that ball on the 1 yard line. Did 99 yards worth of work. We've gone so far. And now people are getting the shot and they're thinking they're Superman and they're able to go out, even though they are still able to carry it. We're forgetting about the fact that, like you said, the virus grows as well. It's a living thing. This isn't a lawn chair that's sitting in people's backyard and you just got to dodge the lawn chair, you know? And it kills me. It kills me that we're so close and we're almost giving up.
And after we have this accidental eugenics, where one by one everybody just becomes randomly exposed in one way or another to the coronavirus, right? The people that survive it and don't die from each reoccurring wave, right? Each new time that they encounter a new variant in varying degrees of severity, each time that happens, we lessen the overall quality of our entire health, right? Like the reoccurring side effects and the lingering symptoms that we have just means that overall we will just be continuously degrading ourselves because the virus, as I understand it, and of course I'm not an epidemiologist and I will never argue with a motherfucker, but so the virus attacks the places where that were already weak, right? That's why the conversation is always about comorbidities, right? Because they're like, well, he didn't die from the virus, and then everybody's like, well, look, this is how the virus works, dummy. You die from something that's a reflection of the effects of. I lost my thought reading comments. I'm sorry. There's a lot going on. This is where my ADD comes in. So look, I
just don't want my last year to be this waste. I want us to finish out, wait till July or whenever they, expect everybody to be able to have access to it. And then we can start talking about opening things back up.